Hey, what's up, guys? This is going to be a video response for ArtisanTony. He's having a contest. Just saw a contest update video. Originally, I was not going to enter into this contest simply because I don't do a whole lot of contests. When I do a contest, and if I happen to win, I always feel guilty, like I took it from someone else. Now I know I don't have to or anything, but I've said this before. I feel blessed with what I have, and I don't need to. I don't want to say it's greedy, but I don't need certain things, so I just don't enter. I like to see other people win and people who I know on here and sometimes strangers, and they always appreciate it. So I don't get too active in contests, but this one he has some awesome prizes. Um, can't help myself, but the real purpose of this, besides just entering, just because it's going to be fun, is I want to spread the word. He has five awesome prizes, and he only has 5 entries as of right now. So that means everyone automatically wins. Now, I'm not doing this video so that the people who already entered have less of a chance. I'm not doing it on purpose like that, but I like to see more of a turnout. I like to see some competition. I like to see more people get involved with it. So we have to recommend a 1911. And I only own one 1911, and I would certainly recommend it. And as per rules, we have to go to an auction site that we like, and like a major auction site that sells firearms, and give a auction number. Okay, so in this particular case, I know this isn't the one that he picked or is going to pick, but I'm going to recommend it anyway. And it is a Rock Island Armory. There's not a whole lot there on auction sites, but this one, it's on gunbroker.com, and the auction number is 2243800400. Once again, that's 2243800400. I don't know why I just said that like a 2 o'clock in the morning QVC commercial. Anyway, yeah, this is an auction for a brand new Rock Island Armory 1911 A1 match grade. It is basically the exact same gun that I currently own, with the only exception being that it has different sights. The gun that I own has the standard, just steel sights. There's nothing special about them. The one that I gave the auction number for has an adjustable rear sight and has a fiber optic front sight. But other than that, it's identical. All the bells and whistles, extended beaver tail grip safety. We have the skeletonized hammer, skeletonized trigger, extended um, and ambidextrous thumb safeties, all kinds of stuff, lowered and flared ejection port, and blah 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 blah. But standard sights on mine. So anyway, put the gun down for a second. And let me get off of this page, go back to the webcam so I can see what I'm doing, and I'll talk about the gun for a little bit and tell you why I'm recommending it. Now, like I said, I know you're not getting up with this. If I really had a guess to make if my life depended on it, I would say I think that you're probably going to end up with a Kimber. It's just my gut feeling. If not a Kimber, probably a Springfield. I know you're not going to get a Rock Island Armory, and it's a shame because it has so much to offer. But at this point, I think I kind of know you, and I know your style, and I really think Kimber on this one. However, I will still continue and talk about the gun. First of all, for all the safety people, and I'm going to talk about safety in a second, but the gun is loaded, or was loaded. It's currently not loaded. There's nothing in the chamber here. You can see. Maybe you can see. Anyway, you're going to have to trust me here. Let's talk about safety for a second. The gun community, when I first started, to be honest, safety wasn't an issue. We're watching videos. If I have a loaded gun pointed at my face or swinging around the room, no one really cared. Reason being is because you're not in danger. You will never ever be in danger of a gun in a video that you're watching through the internet. However, I've seen the gun community progress into this super strict, safety conscious thing, and I think that the reasoning behind that is because A, we don't want the media to make us look worse than we already are as a whole. And I'm not talking about all us gun owners on YouTube being bad. However, the saying, there's always a couple that spoil the bunch, and there are a couple people on YouTube who I don't personally know, but I've seen different videos where people are very reckless with guns. So as the good people on here, we want to be very conscious of safety, and we want to eventually Let people know that the guns are very dangerous, and they're only as dangerous as the person handling them. The guns aren't dangerous, the people holding them are dangerous. So we're very careful with videos. We make sure we point it in the right direction, and we unload it. We always show the magazine. We always show the chambers. Nothing in there. Some of us go as far as putting our finger in there, just in case you can't see it or don't believe us. Is that necessary? Quite honestly, I think no. Let me give you an example. The reason we do this is because some people might say, well, what if a kid watches your video and he sees you handling the gun, and then all of a sudden he finds his dad's gun, and then he kills himself on accident or kills someone else? Well, do I really feel like that's my fault because he watched my video and saw something I did that was wrong? I don't think so. I always like to be a good example. I understand there's a lot of people watch monkey balls. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'll tell you, no one calls me all day long. They totally just leave me alone, and then I hit record, and then it's just like, hey, let's call Jeff. Let's bug Jeff. Boo, 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 boo. Anyway, all right. So I was actually rambling about safety. Here's my view on it. I think that you don't have to go crazy about safety, but don't do things. Don't make videos that make us look bad as gun owners. All right. I would say the majority of us are safe at all times. When the camera goes off, some of us do some stupid things sometimes, and that's really just honesty. Sometimes we forget certain things, but we're people, we're human beings. We try our best. Mistakes do happen. All we can really do is we can't prevent mistakes, but we can certainly make the odds less by being conscious of what we're doing. But handling guns, you do two things. First of all, if you're not planning on shooting it anytime soon, you don't handle the gun with a loaded chamber. Okay, having ammunition and a magazine in the gun. If you're handling it to, say, put it on for the day, or you're preparing to carry it, obviously you're gonna have ammunition there. Okay, it's not a big deal. If you're cleaning it, or just looking at it, fondling it, tinkering with it, don't have any ammunition anywhere around. All right, if you don't have ammunition anywhere around, nothing's gonna happen bad. Okay, if you do happen to have the gun loaded while you're doing something and you can't help it, don't touch the trigger. Don't be anywhere near the trigger. You will never have a problem. And if you also, are always conscious of where you're pointing it, you try to point it straight down or straight up, depending on what you're doing. You never point at a person or an animal or anywhere you don't intend to destroy, just like our regular firearm safety rules. Nothing will ever happen. You put all those three things together: no ammunition, no touching the trigger, and not pointing in a unsafe direction, then you'll never have a problem. But my point is that some people get a little bit too crazy with the safety stuff. Like I said, you will never ever get hurt by watching one of my videos or anyone else's videos. I promise you that. And if someone mimics what you do and they hurt themselves, I don't really think you should be blamed for that. That's just my opinion. People have the freedom to do whatever they want. I'm not making people do things. But anyway, like I said, that's totally should have been another video, but it happened to be on top of my mind. So anyway, this particular gun. First off, yes, I'm still operating this gun dirty, and it's still working flawlessly. That's why I love it so much. I think it's more the 1911 design as opposed to just this particular gun, because there's a lot of more expensive guns that work just as nice, and there might even be a cheaper 1911 out there that works just as good. But for me and my particular situation, it's been perfect. 100% reliability. The only issue I ever had was some misfeeds when I used a Pro Mag 15-round magazine. It stuck out of the bottom like, yay long, and it had a horrible spring in it. It was really cheesy spring, so I was having misfeeds. But that has nothing to do with the gun. With all different magazines, it's worked perfectly fine besides that one. So, why do I like the Rock Island so much? I just like it because it was cheap. I'll be honest. I mean, I've mentioned this to people before in the past. Functionality, it's been perfect. It functions just as nice as a $1,000 1911. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever as far as reliability. When it came new, there were a couple little scratches and dings here and there. So fit's actually superb on this gun, but finish was a little bit off. But again, you get what you pay for. But it works. Every time I pull the trigger, it goes bang, and I'm a happy camper. I did remove the rust. This gun, as you saw in past videos, it was a little bit rusty. I just couldn't handle that anymore. I didn't want it actually pitting, so got rid of all the surface rust. It's totally fine now. It's still very dirty on the inside. If you got nowhere to go, I'll break the gun down real quick and I'll show you that. But yeah, there's been no issues whatsoever running this dirty, and even dry. I've still kept it dry. There's no lubrication in this, and it works fine. Also, I don't need a tool anymore. Last time I used my little Swiss Army knife, the screwdriver, to push down the piece in the front to get the bushing out, but now I just use the butt end of the magazine. Nice little tip I saw in someone else's video, so it works fine for that. So let's break the gun down just for a second, just so I can show you how dirty this thing really is. And trust me, it is dirty. And like I said, you know, it still works fine. Nothing wrong with it. Here's the frame. Now with the webcam quality, you're not going to see too much of it, but you can trust me, it's filthy. filthy with gunpowder residue and all kinds of crap, just mucky nastiness. Full guide rod, full length guide rod. Still dirty, not as dirty as the other parts in here. Of course, the barrel is filthy, and the feed ramp and the slide. This thing is just caked on black. This does have a polished feed ramp and everything, but like I said, I mean, you can see how dirty this thing is. It's just disgusting filth. But you know what? The thing works. Every single time I need to use it, it works. This is just my personal testing. When I'm done doing this test, I will do a full restoration on this and just scrub it down and polish all the parts, and it'll just be awesome. But for now, just curious to see exactly how far I can take this and safely see how much, I don't want to say abuse, but how much neglect it can take. Because a lot of people out there neglect their guns. They do not clean them often. They basically, you know, go to the range a couple times a year, and a lot of times when they get back, they forget to clean them, and their guns sit and sit and sit for who knows how long, possibly years in some cases, and they never get maintained. But my guns do get maintained. It's just this particular one, I'm still in the testing phase. So anyway, as you saw there, it's pretty darn filthy. So let me just finish putting this back together, and then see what else I can talk about real quick about this gun, and then we'll go from there. But first, I have to push this bushing over, because as I'm talking, I had it in the wrong direction. See, I get sidetracked there. Hang on a second. Okay. What can I say? I'm a man. I can't multitask. Not that I speak for all men, but most men can't do two things at once. Kind of depends on what we're talking about. But anyway, alright, so I was talking, had the bushing the wrong way. Now everything works fine. Fully functional. Rock Island Armory, 1911, 45 ACP. Like I said, this one happens to have the works. To be honest, out of all these little fancy, you know, bonus things, let me give you a quick rundown on what I like, what I don't like. Love the extended beaver tail grip safety. Really just, it feels good in the hand. You know, when you have recoil, it doesn't hurt. You don't really get any slide bite ever. Never been bitten by this gun whatsoever. And if you don't know what that means, it's just when the slide comes back, sometimes if your hand's up too high, it'll actually just cut you, you know, or irritate your skin. But never had that issue. Absolutely love that. Feels great. Skeletonized parts, don't really care. I'll take them or leave them. They do nothing for me except for visually they're appealing. Other than that, I can care less. What I do not like, I do not like the grip safety. Okay, and if I can show you this, it's on both sides. It's ambidextrous, and it's also extended. It's a little bit rough on the fingers. Don't like it that much. Don't like it being extended. If I can change anything in this gun, which I could change if I wanted to, but it's not that big of a deal. But I would go with just a standard short, you know, thumb safety. Besides that, love the gun. It's just it's really nice. Feels really good in the hand. Nice smooth trigger on it, and it's cheap. I mean, how do you beat cheap and reliable? You know, you can't. But like I said, I really think that that you're going to end up with a Kimber. It's just, I feel it. I really feel it. I don't know why. But I'll still recommend the Rock Island Armory. I am a huge fan. Until I get another 1911, I have nothing to compare it to. So maybe I'm being one of those owners that says, "Yeah, I own this, so it's awesome." I think it's awesome. Is it better than other 1911s? Probably not. Just depends on what you're looking for in a gun. For me, I don't beat them up on purpose, but they get used. I'm not interested in polishing my gun every day and putting a nice little display case and showing it off. I mean, it's a cool gun. I shoot it. I shoot it for fun. I carry it for self-defense occasionally. It's just that's what it is. For me, it is not. It is not a display piece. It is just a functional weapon. And yes, I said weapon because a gun is a weapon. However, it is not dangerous. It is only dangerous in the hands of someone who has ill intentions. Okay, so that's another thing I get, kind of weird about. Oh, don't call a gun a weapon. It's not a weapon. That makes it look bad. A fork is a weapon if you stab someone in the eyeball. I mean, come on, people. I hate the whole PC thing. It's so just bleh. Makes me sick. This is my weapon, and I love my weapon, and I will never do any harm to anyone who does not mean, a threat to me. If you don't intend any harm to me, then this dangerous weapon will never be an issue to you. Just keep that in mind. So, this is one of those funky, totally just off topic. I try to make this short, guys. I'm weird. You should probably know this, but holy crap! I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back again. And this time I totally forgot where I even left off. All I'm going to say is this. I have an RIA 1911 Rock Island Armory. I love it. I would highly recommend it. And I know that ArtisanTony is not going to get one, but I would like you guys to participate in this. You don't even need to own a gun to be in this contest. You just have to suggest what you think's a good one. So yeah, get out there, enter the contest, have some fun, try to win some prizes, support my friend. Really, he's a good guy, and I just want to see everything go nice for his contest there. It's very, very cool. So hey, whatever you end up picking up, save a little extra coin and get one of these with it so you can compare them and contrast and make awesome videos and make me proud as a fellow RIA owner. But no, seriously, whatever you decide to pick, I wish you luck with it. I don't think you really go wrong with any 1911. They're all really fun guns, and yeah, they're different here and there, whatever, but they're all based on the same same general design, and they're fun guns. So that's all. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry for the interruptions and the randomness of my ranting on safety and all that other kind of crapola. Getting hit with this huge storm right now. The winds are crazy. It's pouring out there. It's like a little mini monsoon. So I'm going to do some other stuff, and why am I even telling you what I'm going to do? Have a good day. Take care.